Any questions you guys have?
How's the long snapping competition going?
It's going great. I'm super excited. We've got 3 great guys, myself included. But I think that having competition in that position, we had a guy leave last year, but I think we're going to have some really good, over the next 30 days, some really good competition when it comes down to blocking, snapping, stuff like that. I'm excited to see where that goes. So, yeah.
How's your new role of the governor kind of change your day-to-day?
Yeah, no, for me, it honestly hasn't changed much. If anything, it just means that I'm trying to keep an eye on our guys a little closer, take the stories that I see at practice. I really want to highlight our guys, the stuff that they're doing on and off the field. So I'm trying to keep, what guys are doing, whether it comes to NIL, whether it comes to, the stuff that they're doing in the community. I want to be able to highlight that. So at least in terms of my role, nothing's changed on the field, but when it comes down, in the locker room, I'm chatting with guys more, trying to bring the 2 sides of the locker room closer together, and I think that that's something that I'm really excited for in the role in terms of being able to just build a bridge between, 2 sides of the locker room. So,
have you seen that kind of pay dividends already?
Absolutely, yeah. I think guys are feeling a lot more empowered to share what they're doing. They want to go do stuff now in the community, which I think is really cool, and they feel like they've got a way to actually have a voice. So it's something that I'm really excited to be able to represent the guys that, they do so much work out on the field. And, I'm special teams, but I've got a really close connection with everyone on offense and defense, and it's really been cool to kind of be able to unite the 2 rooms and also unite the 2 generations of buffs that we've got. We've got old guys like myself included who's an OB, but we've also got, new guys and even newer guys who are coming in, so that's been the best part.
It seems like you and Coach Brown got along pretty early last season. I know he gave you the nickname the Governor pretty early. I mean, I know you guys, the special teams, have some downtime during practice. What was that like last year early on, just kind of talking to him throughout practice, maybe off the field as well?
Yeah, no, it was building a relationship, I think, was the biggest thing because, being from the older team, I had to be able to establish myself, who I was, because, I wasn't recruited by him. I had to be, picked to be left over on the team. But I think for that, the biggest thing was just getting to know him, who he is, his brand. I mean, he's such a family man, and it's been great to be able to work with him and get to see how much he cares about not only like the player side, but also developing us as young men. And so whether it comes down to, our business stuff, NIL, anything, it's been really cool to develop that relationship. And it's something that I'm hoping to take with me later on in life.
What was your reaction when you first heard him give you that nickname?
I was kind of like, wow, that's a big nickname to have. I think that, there's no role like it in college football, right, which is something that's really unique. That's the thing I love. I mean, we've got our dogs, we've got our leaders. Like, you don't hear a lot about that. You typically just hear about, captains, and that's about it. So I thought it was super innovative, and to be able to, come out and talk with y'all and be able to represent our guys, I mean, that's, again, something that typically we don't have players doing. So it's unique, and it's very much him. I love it.
How would you compare the energy, 2 days into fall camp this year versus where you guys were last year?
I was waiting for that question because, they better get the sewing machine down in the locker room ready to sew on the L's and D's because, the guys out there, people were chomping at the bit. I mean, we're only in spiders today. These aren't even real pads, and it looked like a practice, 3-4 weeks into season. I mean, guys were going at it. I mean, our new guys, like DJ, they're really showing off who they are. But then our older guys too are, showing that we've got a really good foundation that we're able to build off of. So that's been really fun to watch, and I can't wait to see where it goes. I mean, we still got 30 days left to camp, and it's only going to go up from here. So,
Is there a difference in the locker room?
absolutely, I think. Last year was all about trying to come together and build unity. You had 2 sides of the locker room that, different coaching mentalities, and that was, it took a while to get into that. This year, everyone knows that we're there for a purpose. I mean, we've got 12 games, and everyone knows that we need to be laser focused on that Big 12 championship and then on the national championship. So,
Is that the bar? Big 12 championship and national championship?
absolutely. I don't think we'd set it any lower because I think we've got the guys in the room. We've got all the guys in the room that we need to win that. And the talent's there, the motivation's there, drive's there. And I've been a Buff fan my entire life, and I haven't felt anything like this, whether we're on the sideline or in the locker room, my entire time here. So,
Does the media poll saying whatever 11th or whatever it was, is that locker room fodder? Is that school fodder for you guys then?
I think, obviously we hear about what's going on outside the locker room. I think for a lot of guys, we've got the confidence to know that, I mean, it doesn't really matter what's said outside. We know that, we've got 30 days to lock it down, and then we've got NDSU, and that's really all that matters out there. So,
For you personally, I mean, how much has been being kind of the public-facing face of the roster, I guess, how has that kind of shaped what you feel like you want to do after football, what you want to get into, whether it's still being involved in the game or whatever you want to get into?
Yeah, no, for me, I mean, I've always wanted to go into business. If anything, it's just a chance to be able to represent my teammates and really show off what they're doing. It's pushing me. I mean, I was in Dallas last weekend for the Big 12 SAC conference, which was really cool because, I mean, we're in an awesome new conference now, and we're able to, like, actually help set up groups going forward that will advocate for athletes and help kind of provide guidance to the Big 12, which is a great opportunity for athletes to get their voices out there. But for me personally, I'm just hoping to, finish out my next 2 years strong, represent my teammates, and after that, I don't know, figure it out. But,
All right, thanks, Camden.
yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate y'all.
Who's a better